The Halfbrick Show.
Welcome to the Halfbrick Show, the podcast where we talk to the talented developers from inside Halfbrick Studios. We explore the mysteries of game development and ask the big questions, like, why is this asset called final_final_use_this_v3?
It's true. Actually, Carmen, you could probably answer that question.
It's probably one of your files, isn't it?
Actually, though, she's really good at file organization, so it won't be her.
Oh, true.
My name is Fran, UK-based, social media obsessed, and never once posted out now content by accident. And I'd like that on my gravestone. Thank you very much. I'm not referencing anything.
No bus, no train line, posters.
No Piccadilly line underground tube in London posters.
And yeah, I'm Aiden from the customer support team, and we're gearing up to support our next exciting game. It's almost certainly out on at least one platform by the time you're hearing this podcast. If it's not, whoops. But yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, we are joined by our amazing producer, Carmen, from the Carmen Control Room.
Hey guys, as always, you're sounding great today, and I can promise that this podcast will have 5 versions. The final will be called final_final_ please work, and probably the date whenever I get to edit this.
Amazing.
So just
That sounds
defending the
organized.
honor of graphic designers and video editors everywhere. We can do it, guys.
Thanks, Carmen. So on today's episode, we actually have a really special guest. All guests are special, but very exciting guest. A pivotal team member from our latest game launch. That's a new, exciting Bluey's Quest for the Gold Pen. Probably out now. Again, saying that. In just a moment, we'll be speaking to Laura, and we can't wait to hear more from her.
For our Halfbrick highlights this week, we want to push into your brain that we have an email for this podcast. We want you to send in your suggestions. We really mean it as well, because
Yeah, please.
yeah,
Really.
Because we don't want this podcast getting stale. We just want the community to help drive this as well, because we love you guys. So please send in any ideas or suggestions to the show at halfbrick.com.
It's a pretty cool email address as well. I'd want to send messages to that one.
It's
very clean.
great.
Yeah,
It's
numbers.
very snazzy.
Obviously, we also read the comments, so you don't have to send an email. You can't send guest suggestions because we choose our own guests. And yeah, speaking of, we can't wait to talk to Laura. So let's say hi.
Who the brick are you?
All right, so we're up to Who the Brick Are You right now, and we're talking to Laura from Bluey's Quest. Welcome to the Halfbrick Show.
Thank you so much, Aiden. Really happy to be here.
It's so exciting to have you on here. Hyping up, new game, always exciting, but this one feels super special. And there's a lot to come. But first of all, how are you feeling in general? You doing good?
Yeah, doing really good. Like, we're coming in on the home stretch at the moment, and just really pleased with the way the game's coming together. It's been an incredible ride, but yeah, just feeling really excited to share it with everyone.
Yeah. It's right. At the time you guys might be listening and hearing this, the game's probably out, but we're recording it before, just so you know. Laura, can you tell us, before we dive into the chaos of the usual podcast, can you tell us a bit more about yourself, what you do at Halfbrick?
So from a very young age, I was always very passionate about drawing. And when I grew up, I was like, I want to be maybe a comic book artist or an animator. But I, was raised in Brisbane. We don't exactly have a really wide range of universities to pick from and specialist art degrees. So I ended up choosing an animation degree. And when I graduated from there wasn't actually a lot of animation jobs going in Brisbane, but there was postings at Halfbrick, and there was another studio that I also applied to as well. And yeah, that's how I got into the games industry. And I remember when I was in university thinking, oh, I could never work in games because there's too much coding and it's too technical. And like I always enjoyed playing games, but I never
Yeah.
thought that I had the skill set to get into it. But I've actually found it really engaging, and I've never really felt the desire to leave the games industry now that I'm in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I
How
mean,
long?
oh, sorry.
How long
Fran,
have you? So no, I was just wondering, like, how long have you been at Halfbrick now? I haven't actually really asked that. I don't know. So
Well, I'd fear of revealing my age. Yeah, it's been over 10 years.
you
now.
don't.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the age thing. Trust me, not on this circle here. But no, 10 years is amazing.
Yeah, the time's just flown, honestly. Yeah.
It's a good path. That's the same way I got to Halfbrick, was animation degree at uni, thinking art and kind of stuff. Not so much drawing, as it seems like you were on, but yeah, maybe that's the road that leads to Halfbrick. I don't know.
I'm
in Brisbane.
so glad I went for it. Like, I remember thinking, oh, like, how will I ever make it as an artist? And like, I remember telling people, oh, I'm studying an animation degree. And I felt like there's always a couple of questions people ask back. One was, oh, so you're going to work for Disney? Another one was, are there any jobs in that? So, you know, there are. Follow your passion. Like, yeah.
Yeah, real.
No, I mean, I did an illustration degree as my Bachelor of Arts. So I feel like maybe that's the way you end up in the games industry.
Yeah.
You do art instead of like a technical degree.
Carmen, did you come from an arts degree into Halfbrick or an arts study?
I think that I'm forbidden by law to say that I have an arts degree, because I did something. I'm from Spain, for the listeners who might not have guessed that yet, and I did a degree that combined like programming, web design, graphic design. I had illustration as well. One subject, and I was terrible at it. And so yeah, I a weird thing. But
Yeah.
for the sake of this, let's just say I did a special arts degree.
Close enough. Unites us all. So Laura, then obviously 10 years, you've jumped around a different couple of projects. Now obviously on Bluey. What do you currently do specifically? What would you say your role is if you had to narrow it down?
So it's a really interesting one because at Halfbrick, we really value people who are like generalists. And, you know, there's this old saying called Jack of all trades, master of none. And I remember saying that to our boss, Shay Neal. I was like, sometimes I feel like I am the Jack of all trades but master of none. But he said you're missing the end of that, which is it's oftentimes better than master of one, which I think is really cool because it really helps round you out. And the great thing about games is it brings together so many different people from different fields, and you somehow have to pull together all these ways of working. Like, we have audio, we have programmers, we have bug testers, we have game designers, we've got artists, you know, we've got our marketing team and analytics and back-end engineers, and you somehow need to pull all these people together to make something really special. So for myself, I started as an artist in the marketing team, and I'm really grateful for that because I certainly learned a lot about visual design and how we actually brand a product to share with people. And then from there, I was very fortunate to actually become a games artist. And I worked quite a while in Unity on Fruit Ninja and doing rebuilding. And I also was very fortunate to get to help port some of the older projects, which exposed me to a lot of technical back-end and user data. And then I was very lucky to get to do some producing. So just working on a team and helping organize people and make sure the work was visualized and it's going to hit schedule. And from there, I was very fortunate to have the position of being like a project manager on Fruit Ninja Classic Plus on Apple Arcade for a while.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved Fruit Ninja growing up. So that felt so
Mm.
special to get to work on that title and make it feel like a throwback to the original. But then Bluey came along, and at the moment, I get to be the project manager of Bluey's Quest for the Gold Pen.
Which is huge.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
it's incredible. It's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, you know?
Mm.
And it felt
mean-
so sorry, no waffling.
No. No. I was just gonna say you've currently got to the listeners out there, you've currently got a massive Bluey in the background of your
Oh, the plushie.
yeah. Is that because you're a fan, or working on the project and you've become a fan because of that?
No, I've definitely been a fan of Bluey for a very long time, and I think it's for a combination of reasons. One of which is that it's set in Brisbane, which I think is incredible that this homegrown show has made it to the world stage. You know, it's definitely been an IP that I've been interested in for a very long time. So when I got the chance to actually work on it, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to jump on that opportunity.
That's a manifested destiny right there.
Right.
Leading.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. That's really cool. Yeah. I mean, also, I have to shout out that our time when we kind of first talked together, because I started a lot later. I haven't been here for 10 years yet. But we started talking basically while you were on Fruit Ninja Classic Plus. And that was really cool. So it's always fun to learn like what you were doing before that, because I've always kind of seen you as that project lead manager kind of thing. But
actually took a long time to work up to that position. Like I did a lot of other other bits and bobs before that. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So obviously, I guess that kind of answers. We normally like to find out how people got into games as well, but I think that pretty much already answers that question. So I'm not going to retread that.
I guess the only other things I was going to say is like absolutely loved Fruit Ninja growing up. Like my sister had an iPhone. I didn't. I used to like be like, can I take your iPhone to play Fruit Ninja? And she actually used to get really annoyed about it. So when she was in the shower, I used to like steal her iPhone to play Fruit Ninja and then put it back. And I actually went to like in 2013 when I was still at university, there was a Game Changers talk series at the local Brisbane library, and Shane Neal was actually there as the opening speaker. So, you know, it was really cool listening to him then and thinking what an amazing company that is. And yeah, so exciting. I just didn't realize it at the time, but you know, I was looking at my future. Yeah.
That's
really nice.
That is. I'm going to keep saying it, but that's like a Destiny storyline for you.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like, right?
It's so weird, like the way things line up. Like I used to catch the bus because I didn't own a car for a long time going into university, and we had like one of the engineers who had like a Fruit Ninja developer jacket on, and I used to always see him, and I'd be playing Fruit Ninja on my phone, and I could never work up the courage to go talk to him. But then it was funny, like I joined the company and he was just the most friendly, wonderful person. And then we used to just catch the bus home together at the end of the day and I'd get to chat to him. So
that's cool.
Really funny, the way things work out.
I love this.
Are they still here? Will we get them on the podcast at some point and get their side of that story?
No, he moved on a few years ago.
Yeah,
he's a champ though.
Dang. I hope he's doing good.
He'll be doing awesome. He was very talented.
Well, I was going to ask you what your favorite game is, but maybe it's Fruit Ninja. But
like even outside of Halfbrick, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, okay, moving Fruit Ninja aside, and it doesn't have to be Halfbrick. What would you say your favorite game is of all time?
Look, this is an easy one for me. It's got to be Overcooked 2. Like, absolutely love it. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Please.
What's wrong, friend?
No. It's Laura's favorite game. Please do tell.
Especially during the COVID lockdowns, we like played through the whole game. We 4-starred every level. And I remember this was my sister, her partner, and myself, and there was this one level that we were struggling to 4-star, and I think it took us 2.5 hours straight of retrying that level. And
One level.
anytime, one level.
Right.
Anytime someone would make a single mistake, we'd be like, stop, restart, because it has to be perfect to get the 4 stars. And even now, 4 years later, he can't play it. Like, we'll say to him, let's play it again. He's like, I just can't. Like, he's
They
so
burned him.
overcooked. He's burnt.
He's
Yeah.
overcooked.
Like, he's
No.
that overcooked.
I
Oh.
can relate to this person, and this is why I was that. Oh no! At the start, that's me.
But you got all of
I
the
ca-
levels 4-starred.
Yes,
In the
yes,
end.
we did. It may have
That's-
destroyed him in the process, that last level, but we did it.
It's like that Thanos meme from like, it almost killed me, but it's done. It'll always be done. You know? Oh man. Okay. That's fair. I can see that. I can see
It's a good game, but it is a painful game,
that.
right? You really and oh no, I'm getting flashbacks. I don't know if I can talk about it. But
you need a minute for him? We can minute silence
maybe.
on the podcast.
You've just got to have a team that you can trust for a start. And I don't think I ever had that. Because I like to be coordinated. And if you get that one person that just wants to be the one who just does not obey,
Mhm.
then that's it. You just can't do it. Yeah.
You kind of lose it as well. For me, anyway, I lost it, and it all fell apart the moment I missed a plate. Like, I had a plate on the table. I went to put something on the plate, and I clicked to the right. I'm like, I give up. No,
Yeah. It's just tough.
some
But,
crazy,
yeah.
crazy arguments. No, well, not arguments. banter. But with that in mind, it kind of leads into the next question, Laura. Reaction images. I think it's connected. But across Halfbrick, I feel like you've got a bit of a reputation, at least from what I've seen, of having like the best reaction images to address any situation, right? You know, you got probably a whole folder full of memes, I'm guessing. Something like that.
I've certainly got a lot handy. I've collected many over the last 10 years.
Mm. And a lot of Bluey. I want to know, do you have like a favorite Bluey reaction image from your years
So-
of collecting?
This is a tricky one. I think my favorite meme from the team internally is, I don't know for anyone who's not familiar with developing games, but we tend to add the visuals in quite late, like the final polished art.
Right.
So we had a little 3D cylinder that was Bluey for a long time. And one of our programmers thought it was funny to put like a giant pair of googly eyes. So we had this little blue cylinder with these googly eyes that would bop around. And someone made it into a sticker. So like, I pretty much react to most comments with that googly eye sticker. And when we actually took her out to replace her with the final visuals, like, people were very sad. They posted like, in loving memory, with a photo
Aw.
of her, and we put her on our team board.
That's fair. That's like losing a loved reaction image. Well, I mean, it's still around, but you know what I mean. I would say that one's fair.
That was a good one. Like, I think from the show, one of my favorite moments is probably when Bluey sees her mum put one of Bingo's drawings over the top of hers. I think it might be in the episode Perfect. And Mum turns around and Bluey's there, like, gasped in shock, drops the cereal box. So her mouth pops open. I think that's my favorite Bluey reaction image.
There's actually so many. It's crazy. I
Yeah.
feel like every week we see a new one from you.
Yeah, from you. I've learnt them because of you.
Yeah.
There's just 150 episodes to pick from, so there's a lot of good stuff.
I think it's a sign of a great product manager who knows the source material so well,
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah, when I started on the project, I remember Sheenie was like, okay, you're going to work on Bluey. I was like, great. And I was watching them 2 episodes before work, 2 episodes during lunch. more episodes after work. And I did that until I got through the whole series, and then I pretty much just looped through, half
Over
a
and
dozen
over.
more times. Yeah.
Yep. But that's dedication. That's great.
Hmm.
I think so. Anyway.
Yeah. So, how has it actually been working on the project? Share as much as you want to.
I think we wanted to try make it as authentic as possible, an extension of the Bluey IP. So that's why, it was really important for me to watch so much of the show, as well as for the team to really watch a lot of the show. And because the show was based in Brisbane, we actually, as a team, visited a bunch of places where the episodes are set very early on. Yeah,
That's cool.
we went to South Bank, and we went a bit around Paddington, as well as New Farm Park, and we took some photos with where the episodes were set. It was a very interesting show to think, how do you keep this authentic but change the medium that it's set in from TV to playable and interactable. Because the thing about the show is it's very realistic and very grounded, and you don't really see the characters doing anything supernatural or super cartoony. It could almost be filmed with real life humans. It feels that grounded.
Yeah.
So
which is why a lot of
on,
parents like the show, right? That same kind of relatability. Yeah. Well,
it's very authentic. To that experience of having kids that age, and it's so relatable. Yeah.
Okay. So we won't bombard you with 100 Bluey questions, right? But I do have one more I think the listeners might like to hear. So how would you describe Bluey's quest for the gold pen to a potential new player? Or even just anyone.
We ended up taking a lot of inspiration from the episodes Dragon and Escape, which felt like a bit of a daring choice initially. Because 150 episodes are set in Bluey's real world, but then we chose to focus the game around just 2 episodes out of all of those. But the thing about setting the game in the real world is we did try a number of things, but it just felt so grounded that it was quite difficult for what we do at Halfbrick really well is super fun action gameplay mechanics, and it just tied in really well. But I would say it's a game where we really leaned into what does Bluey do well in the show, and she's learning about her surroundings and problem solving and being led by her curiosity. So for anyone coming to the game, I would say just enjoy exploring this wonderful world that the family has created together, and poke into all the corners and see what surprises and delights you can find. Yeah
Great, thank you. Spoken like someone who knows the game incredibly well.
There's also a very interesting one to design for, because Bluey has such a very broad range of viewers, like you were saying before. You've got some very young viewers as well as lots of parents. So we wanted to try and make a game that could appeal to a very broad range. So it was just, how can we make a game that really can scale upwards?
Yeah,
that
makes sense. I think that's the last Bluey question for a while. Thank you, Laura.
So this is the section of the podcast where we play a little game before we leave you to go off and work your wonderful self on more Bluey. We're going to play a little game of this or that. Basically, where logic takes a break and instinct does all the talking. I'll read a prompt to you and you choose your destiny. Go with your gut. There is no judgment here unless Well,
Unless we decide to. No.
Yeah, I was going to say
exactly.
unless it's pineapple on pizza, then there should be some degree of judgment. I think.
I love pineapple on pizza. Honestly,
yeah, sorry,
it's
Laura.
a
Yeah, me too.
it's a godly combination.
It ain't right.
Sorry, Carmen, can we get a quick weigh in on that as well? I just want to see if we're split here. Pineapple on pizza.
I am pro pineapple on pizza. I'm sorry.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Laura.
Leave the call.
Come on.
I mean, I wouldn't
outnumbered.
call it pizza because, I lived in Italy. So I feel like, again, contractually obligated to say that it's not pizza, but it's a nice dish. The
Ah.
contrast is fine. It's like
Okay.
chicken with apple. Do you guys do that? Roasted chicken with like potatoes and apples.
Yeah.
And that's great. It's an amazing dish.
I can't say
Yeah,
I
it's
respect
lovely.
it. I haven't tried it, but sounds cool.
Honestly, the British, they put apple in everything.
Oh, yeah.
Sausages, porks,
Well,
everything.
applesauce with pork is,
Yeah, so just stick it with chicken instead, Aidan. Try it.
All right.
Yeah, eat your veggies. You get fiber and protein in the same meal. It's amazing. Drop recipes in the comments if you guys want us to do a Halfbrick Show cookbook.
This is like a cooking episode, yeah.
We could do a cooking episode.
Hey.
We could do an overcook episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. Send your suggestions to the show at halfbrick.com.
Email plug. I like it.
Yeah, I thought I'd drop that in there because people will have forgotten it by earlier. So, anyway, this or that, Laura. Are you ready?
I think as ready as I can be.
Amazing. Right. Blue or orange?
Orange.
Quick.
Mm.
Love
Always been my favorite color.
Dance mode energy or quiet time energy?
Dance mode.
it.
I like your thinking. Run at full speed everywhere or walk like you're in slow motion all the time?
Oh. Both sound terrible. Probably slow motion because I think I'd fall over if I tried to run at full speed.
Imagine going
See,
from like chair to a desk. Full sprint.
See, I was pondering this on myself, right? As I was writing it, I was just like, which one would I even do? Why am I writing such a random thing?
What would you do?
Yeah, I would probably do slow motion because I would just fall over and face plant into the floor. But then I thought, but actually then I'd get so many more steps in, my watch would
You would
love
get
me.
so fit with the running option. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a complicated one. I feel sorry, actually. Sorry, Laura, for that one. Communicate only in sound effects or only in metaphors?
Oh, good lord. Look, I'm probably going to say metaphors, but I don't think that the metaphors would be very good.
I was hoping you'd say sound effects because I wanted to imagine you doing like a product meeting over like the next sprint of the game and just only being able to communicate it in sound effects. Like if something did good, just like womp womp. If it did bad, sorry. No, other way around.
I thought you were going to say sound effects or gestures. I'd be like, yeah, gestures, but then
Oh yeah.
you came out with metaphors.
Honestly, people, this or that they start off like relatively, oh yeah, okay, and then they become slightly unhinged as further I go. I'll take your final answer now.
For that one.
Yeah. Oh, did you say?
Yeah, I think she said. You said, didn't you, Laura? You said metaphors.
Oh, metaphors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
metaphor. They just won't be good.
Oh, that's fine. We don't care how good
Could you
they
give
are.
us an example? Could you answer with a metaphor?
Oh.
I can't think of a metaphor off the top of my head.
Metaphors are like fortune cookies. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad.
That was amazing.
Well done. All right, final one. fight a cloud that's only raining on you, or fight a breeze that's slapping you with your own hair.
It really hurts when you get hit by someone's
It
hair in
does.
the wind. Like, it really stings. So I think it would probably be the cloud, because at least you could wear a raincoat, or an umbrella.
Yeah. And fighting it implies you have a chance to beat either of these outcomes.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
feel like you've got a better chance against the cloud than the wind. Like,
We could
Yeah.
blow your hand back in your face or something like that. You never know. No. If it's strong enough.
Oh, well done. You've completed this or that.
so now I have to talk in metaphors and move super slow and fight a rain cloud for the rest of my life.
Afraid so. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
sorry.
that's your prize.
Should have given you a heads up on that one. But you've survived quiz round 1. We got a little bit of like a lightning round as well. Two more little games. Guess the community comment. This one's interesting. So on YouTube socials, obviously we get a lot of comments. Not specifically about Bluey in this case. It could be Halfbrick wide. And I'm going to tell you one. You got to tell me if it is real or if it's made up by Fran, myself, or Carmen. So the comment is, quote, "Bingoose, my beloved," with an emoji of the baby face holding back tears.
Oh.
End quote. Is that real or fake?
I think that has to be real. Like, who doesn't love fingers?
Agreed on the Bingoose part. Unfortunately, it's fake.
What?
It is fake.
Oh.
Because, well, the Bluey content's for kids, so there's not actually like comments on YouTube because of the guidelines.
Oh, that's a trick
Make up a
question.
comment. I'm sure if people were commenting, there would be a lot of Bingoose appreciators out there. I really hope people playing the game enjoy Bingoose, because, yes.
Who came up with that one? Was it Carmen?
Yeah, it was.
The comment? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a
thank you,
producer
Carmen.
Yeah,
Carmen
it was
comment.
me. It was a
Yeah.
true expression of my feelings. So, in a sense, it's true.
Yeah.
Bingo's my beloved.
Oh. We've had people in the team be like, "I would die for fingers." We
I think we all would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. I'd say, oh man. I don't want to talk about game details, but I just want to see more Bingoose. Anyway.
I want a hat. I want a Bingoose.
I like the
Yeah.
Just there. On my head. Just yeah.
The
That's what I want.
last question here is arguably one of the most loaded questions we could ask any Halfbrick developer right now. I don't know, you saw a little bit of a prep sheet before we started recording this. You probably know what's coming. Laura, where's Dan the Man 2?
I'm under very strict obligations to not talk about Dan the Man 2.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
That could be the answer.
Yeah, I cannot disclose what is happening with Dan the Man 2. It's top secret.
We'll get them next time. That's all right. We gotta ask.
Yeah.
The comment section would not have it any other way.
Mhm.
All right, Laura, you've survived the quiz rounds. Thank you so much. You all right after that? You survived? Feel good?
I'm hanging in there. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know
Uh,
quite what to say about Dan the Man 2, but
None of us do, quite
Yeah.
frankly.
That's fair.
So, well, you survived the podcast as well. So, one final, question. If you could, give one thing the games industry has taught you that wasn't in the job description, what would you leave us on?
I think the key thing is never stop learning.
Mm,
The world is always changing so much, and people's tastes and interests and trends and tools, and you're even like my job at the studio has changed so much over the years, and I think always having that growth mindset. So yeah, just keep learning, keep growing.
yeah,
I love it.
I agree with that.
We should start
Definitely.
putting that on like Halfbrick job applications.
Beautiful.
That's a pretty good mind. mindset. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was doing like a Marie Kondo inspired cleanup like a couple years back, and I found like my original contract. And I think it was actually written on the contract. We hope you find this a rewarding and challenging employment. And I was like, yeah, that sums it up perfectly. Like, it's challenging that you're always having to learn and grow and adapt, but it's been very rewarding.
Yeah, definitely. Was that on a physical contract, by the way? I don't think I have a
Yeah.
physical copy.
Well, like I said, this was like 10 years
Yeah.
ago. Like,
Yeah.
back when we had an office, things are a lot more, physical back then.
And a printer, probably, for that.
Yeah. I don't even have a printer anymore.
No. Oh, actually, I do, but we haven't used it yet. So,
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Laura. We know you're super busy with everything, but really
thank you very
appreciate
much.
it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed joining us as well, because we really enjoyed having you here on our
thanks for having me.
podcast.
Yeah, it's just so exciting talking about the game, and because we've been working on it for so long. It's really excited to get it out there, and I love talking about Halfbrick and all the interesting people and projects that we have here. So thanks for having me.
Thank you.
No, it's a
Thank you
pleasure.
for coming here. So, since you like talking about the game so much, we want to give you a special opportunity to give an outro pitch for our listeners to check out the game. If you want to make it easier, you could also choose like one word to describe the game. If you have to choose just one single word, and it's not Bluey.
Oh, one
Yeah, you
word.
cannot use Bluey.
Can't be Bluey. That's
Aidan
what I
did
said.
that
We were
earlier.
talking
You
about
cannot
it.
use Bluey. I'm sorry.
So,
I don't think I could do a very good impersonation. There's one line where Dad, one of our animated scenes, goes, "Gold!" That's probably how I would describe Bluey in the gold pen.
That
I
was
love it.
amazing.
that's so good in multiple ways. Because, like, the
We
game's
could-
gone gold kind of thing by the time you're hearing this. And
And we could use that soundbite for multiple things.
no.
Just clip it. Social cuts everywhere.
You
No,
should
I
try
promise I
and
won't
get
do
the
that.
official. Yeah, get the official recording of Bandit, not me doing it. He does a way
Oh,
better
no.
job.
No, I want the Laura version. No, I promise I won't do that to you.
Please no.
Well, thank you again, Laura. Really do appreciate it. And to the listeners, we hope that this has been another episode of the Halfbrick Show that you can look back on with nostalgia. Thank you for joining us for another podcast.
Coming up next time on the Halfbrick Show.
I think I'm the only person that actually knows where Dan the Man 2 is. I'm surprised people don't ask me more.
Oh.
Where is it? It's actively being developed